Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to teach you how to make this egg noodle stir fry with homemade noodles. To make the noodles, add 2 cups of flour to your mixing bowl, 3 teaspoons of wheat starch, this is the one that I'm using. Add 1 teaspoon of salt. In a measuring cup, beat 1 egg and then top up with water so that you have a half a cup of total liquid. Add your liquid to the flour and mix with the dough attachment. You can also knead by hand. Scrape down the sides of your bowl to get the flour well combined. You can add 1 to 2 tablespoons of water to your dough if you find it's too dry. Here I added 2 tablespoons. A couple of minutes in, I just switched to hand kneading to get all the little shaggy bits of dough on the bottom and knead until it's one solid dough ball. The dough may look kind of dry, but it actually feels pretty moist and malleable here. At this point, you can put the dough into a pasta roller to get it cut. If you don't have one, but you don't want to roll out noodles, you can cut the dough into sections, roll it into a thick cylinder, slice it into disc shapes, and then smush and flatten it out with your hands. I have this noodle machine, so I'm going to be using the extrusion function. I sprinkled a little bit of flour on the noodles, but they actually didn't need it. You can add it to your noodles if you feel that they're too sticky. Here I'm tossing some of the extruded noodles in some flour, but again, it doesn't really need it. To prepare the stir fry, julienne 1 cucumber or any other veg of your choice. Then you can add your protein of choice. Here I'm using fish balls, but you can use ham or tofu or anything else you want, or skip it. Mince however many cloves of garlic you want. For the sauce, we're going to mix 3 to 4 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, 1 tablespoon of sugar, some cayenne pepper powder, sesame seeds, and green onions. You can also use the green onions for garnish at the very end. Now you're in my pot. Hello. I'm boiling enough water to cover the noodles, and once the water comes to a boil, I'm going to add the noodles. They come apart quite easily in the water. You also want to constantly stir to prevent the noodles from sticking to the bottom of the pot, and cook for about 4 minutes or until done. You'll know it's done when you bite into it and there are no floury white bits in the center. Then you strain your noodles and you can rinse under cold water if you like. I did not do that. Okay, now you can add enough oil to coat a pan, or in my case, a wok. On medium-high heat, heat the oil until it's hot enough to fry a few drops of egg. Beat 2 eggs and add it in. I let it cook a little bit and then stir and break it up. You don't want to overcook it, so take it out as soon as it's no longer runny. I put it aside with the noodles. Then add a little bit more oil. Let it heat up until a piece of garlic bubbles when thrown in, and then add the rest of your minced garlic and fry until aromatic. So around 20 seconds, but it depends on how finely minced your garlic is. Then you toss in your veggies and protein. If you're working with raw protein like raw pork, you're going to want to cook that beforehand, like the egg, just so that you don't have a bunch of ingredients in the pan that have different cooking times. I cook until the cucumber is at my desired tenderness. If you want yours crisp, don't cook for very long, and then add the noodles and eggs and toss to break it up. Add your sauce, toss to coat, and warm up the sauce, and you're done. Enjoy! Here I am with my bowl of noodles, and my dog wants the noodles, sees the food, and that is a sunflower head that I gave to him, which I already took all the seeds out of, and yeah. Delicious. And I'm staring through the camera. I'm trying to use the chopstick, so it's kind of difficult.